Okay, folks, I got 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'm ready to get this party started. Hope you're having a great week and you're implementing a lot of the things that we talked about. I do want you to understand that, you know, when I first started my speaking career, I kind of backed into it. It wasn't intentional, right? I was a basketball coach having success. And because I was having success, people were constantly asking me, what are you doing? Now, this is very important to the equation because if you do a really good job baking the cake, there are people who will pay for the recipe. Right? If you do a really good job baking the cake, then there are people who will want to know the recipe. It was Robert Allen who said, I made millions of dollars selling real estate. Kevin Jones, you need to listen to this. I made millions of dollars selling real estate. I made hundreds of millions of dollars teaching other people how to sell real estate. Everybody hear that? Like one of the things I'm doing now, guys, is I'm coaching coaches. You know, for the first part of my speaking and coaching career, I was speaking, coaching businesses. Now I'm spending a good portion of my time teaching people how to monetize a coaching business. Okay. So my hope for you is for you to understand in our first week, right? In our first week, what I really wanted you to do was come up with a concept, and I wanted you to ask some questions. So I'm going to review some of the first week, and then we're going to move into monetization of a concept. Because there are all kinds of people. Here's a good example. 90% of books in bookstores will never sell more than 5,000 copies. Okay. So you can walk through a Barnes and Nobles right now. You can pick up a small percentage of book will ever sell more than 5,000 copies. Now, that doesn't mean you can't take a book and make millions of dollars with it, even if it only sells 5,000 copies. Everybody see that? Okay. We're selling, I don't know, a lot of copies of Legacy selling right now because of the way I'm giving the book away and using it as a lead magnet. So we're generating 150 leads, I don't know, every 1 or 2 days. We're generating 1,200 leads a month right now by using that book, Legacy Selling, as a lead magnet. Everybody hear what I'm saying? So the monetization is not coming through me selling the book. The monetization is coming by me collecting. I've collected 3,064 names in the last 90 days in my database. That's 3,000 people who have given me their name, phone number, and email. Now, Sam Bates, what's that worth? Right? With good salespeople, okay? I got Lakin on here, Kara Palmer on here, Zach Raines on here. With good salespeople who can convert something, that 3,000 leads could be worth $1 million. Everybody see that? Could be worth $10 million. And let me just say this while I'm speaking to it. The value of a customer, Leo Martinez, is not how much money you can extract from them initially. It's how excited you can get a person for you. See, too many people think, oh, the value of a customer is that person paid $9.97 for this coaching program, or that person paid that. I don't care if marketing chicks up there, Cynthia Elder, I don't care if she pays $1. If she runs around, you live in Kentucky, Cynthia? If she runs around Kentucky and tells every person in Kentucky that they need Coach Burt as their coach, her worth to me wasn't $1. It could be worth $1 million. Everybody see that? Thank you for saying that, Leo. So my point to you is, some of you have got concepts, and so I want to just ask some key questions from the first call that I want you thinking about. Number one, do you believe your concept is strong enough? Okay, is the concept strong enough? That's the first question I wrote down. Because sometimes you got a concept and you think it's a good concept, but it's not marketable. It doesn't strike a big enough chord. It doesn't have enough marketing buzz. It's like it's good. It's like when I wrote Small Towns and Big Dreams. I was on with Tim Story yesterday, you know, doing the Tim Story Comebacks and Confidence. and we were talking about small town people that did big things. And I wrote a book many years ago called Small Towns and Big Dreams. Here's the problem. Nobody in small town wanted to buy it. It turns out that a lot of people in small towns don't want to have big dreams. So I wrote a book called Small Towns and Big Dreams, and I couldn't get a speaking engagement on that anywhere. And when I got a speaking engagement, it was like at a little bitty town at a chamber event that they had $200 to pay me and some bad chicken. You know what I'm saying? You ever gone to a banquet where they serve bad chicken? Okay. I've spoken about 5,000 of those. So my point is, my first question to you is your concept strong enough? And I would ask you this question. Not only is your concept strong enough, okay, is it what problem does your concept solve? Remember, money changes hands when problems are solved. I only write books now that solve problems. Okay, now let me give an example. This is one of the newest books that I have out called Single Digit Millionaire. Okay, this is a book, I think it's one of my best books. It is a book about how I went from a high school basketball coach to a millionaire. Okay, and my net worth is about 6 million. Now, here's my point. I'm not a double-digit millionaire. Therefore, I am not qualified to tell you how to be a double-digit millionaire. Everybody understand that? So people always ask me, why did you write single-digit millionaire? Why not make it double? Well, I'm not a double-digit millionaire. I haven't figured out how to get to 20 million yet. Okay, but I have figured out how to get to 6 million. Now, here's the deal. How many people believe that you can't get to double digits if you're not single digits? So, you know, all my rich buddies like, man, why'd you write Single Digit Millionaire? And I'm like, well, because I figured out how to get to 6 million, to be worth 6 million. At one time, guys, I wasn't worth 50,000. You understand what I'm saying? My net worth wasn't $50,000. So for it to be 6 million today, that's a journey I went on. So what is the subtitle of the book? High School Basketball Coach to Millionaire. Does everybody see that? Now, so if Kevin Jones says, man, how did you do this? How did you go from, that's the number one question I get asked, by the way. How did you go from a high school basketball coach to this? So I finally got asked so many times, I said, man, I'll write a book on it. And I'll tell you exactly what I did, step by step. Okay, I found my primary skill. I packaged that skill. I marketed that skill. I began to figure out that somebody would pay me 10 times the amount of money for that skill that I was making over here. Everybody with me here? Now, so what I'm saying to you is your concept strong enough? Number two, what problem does your concept solve? Okay. Number three, who would pay you for the concept? And let me ask you an even bigger question. Who would write you a big check for the concept? Okay. Who would write you a big, okay. Lakin, if you're on here, get Denise Den, Lakin, the link to this. Okay. She's looking for the link. Yeah, I'm going to tell her Lakin is sending. Okay. Now, so my concept is, today was Bring Your Daughter to Work Day, by the way, if y'all don't know. Try and teach her how to be a millionaire. E, you want to be a millionaire or a skillionaire? Huh? Hello? What are you thinking? She don't know. Okay. You ain't going to be a millionaire till you become a skillionaire. Okay. Now, so let's ask some folks. Let's ask some folks on the call about the concept. Now, before I say this, all of you guys have paid money for me to be your coach. Do I have permission to be honest with you about your concept? Yes or no? I don't want you to break down and start crying. I don't want you to want to quit. If I tell you that your concept sucks, I need you to be big boys and big girls. Because I had a mentor, and let me tell you what one of my mentors said to me. You want to be rich or you want to be right? And I'd say, I want to be rich. And he'd say, well, then shut up and listen then, because I'm trying to coach you on this. All right, let's who wants to give me their concept? Tony Barnes, good to see you, man. All right, I'm going to come back to you. Chris Gooden, unmute yourself and give me your concept.
Hey, Coach.
Hey.
Here's my concept. I believe that 30 seconds can change your life.
Okay. All right. I like it. All right. Keep going. You got me intrigued.
So I believe society makes exercise too difficult. It is hard for a lot of folks. And what I've found is that dedicating yourself to consistent work rather than intense work, yields better benefits.
Okay. All right. Now, what are we going to do with this? All right. So let me ask you a question. Let me go through my filter, because I'm going to show you, he gave a little bit of his explanation of service today, and I'm going to use that to show you how to articulate your value. Who would pay? What problem does that solve, Chris, from your perspective? What problem does that solve?
From my perspective, that solves the problem of a lot of people, companies wanting to drive health and wellness in their culture. It drives the reduction of complexity.
All right. What is
in my opinion?
Okay. What's the product? Are you going to speak on this? Are you going to write a book on it? Are you going to have a coaching program?
Yes. Yes. Coaching program to start, teaching, and book to follow.
Okay.
Yes. Monthly programs dedicated to 30 seconds worth of movement every single day to develop the habit of movement over the course of time gets you to where you want to be. And I'll explain it a little bit more. In my career of doing this, what I've found is that everybody starts off very intense with exercise instead of consistency. What happens is it usually falls off. So what I want to do is help you develop the habit, the muscle of habit, the muscle of consistency. So a year from now, 2 years from now, you may be working out for an hour a day, but we don't have to start there now.
Okay. Now, so when you're thinking about this, I want you to think about, remember what my problem was with zebras and cheetahs, the concept of zebras and cheetahs. Anybody remember what I said my problem was? My problem was I had to explain the concept. When you are marketing a concept, it needs to be so simple that people can look at it on a shelf and understand it. Okay. So when you're working on this concept, I want you to think, if I saw it on a shelf, would I understand it? Let me give an example. Mel Robbins wrote a book called The 5-Second Rule. And it was a huge hit. Basically, what Mel said was that there's fear. You have a fear to do things in life. If you will count down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and do it, you can overcome almost any fear. So you don't feel like getting out of bed in the morning? You count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, you get out of bed. So you don't make a phone call. You count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You do it. Everybody see that? And that book became a talk. It became a TED Talk. It became a book that sold millions of copies. Like, it really helped make her famous. Because to your point, the reason I'm correlating this, Chris, is because what she was saying is, hey man, it ain't complicated, right? It ain't complicated. Count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and do it. She's decomplicating it. You're saying, are you telling me I can work out for 30 seconds a day? Is that what you're telling me?
Yes, sir.
30 seconds.
Yes, sir.
All right. And what's going to happen if I work out for 30 seconds?
You're going to change your life.
Okay. You going to have muscles as big as Coach Burt? What are you going to have?
You're going to have confidence.
Okay.
You're going to have the desire to excel in every area of your life, because it compounds. Everything compounds on top of itself. We train every day. Let's train every day.
All right. Now, let me tell you the future. This is where we're going to go later in the call today, but I want to show you the future. The future, when I ask you who would pay you for the concept? Then I ask you who would pay you the most money for the concept. Let me tell you where the future is going. The future is going, you have a concept, you get it to a price point that people can absorb, and you sell it to a large number of people. Pretend for a second, if I got 100 people in this mentoring program. All right, David Strauss, you with me?
Yes,
And
sir.
I say I'm going to do 4 weeks on this program. It's $997. How much money did I make? How much?
$990.
We ain't got any math majors on here, right?
You froze up, Coach.
Okay.
Oh,
All
Sorry,
right.
you froze up.
All right. Am I back?
Yeah.
All right. I got 100 people on here at $997. How much money did I make?
97,000.
Okay. Basically, right at $100,000.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. Is that worth how many of y'all would work for 4 hours for $100,000? Okay. That's my point. So the future of where coaching is going, because of what we learned during COVID, is what me and Tim Story did yesterday, which is go out, market heavily, get 700 or 800 people to hit the link, sell 100 of those people. We make 100,000 in 4 weeks, right? For 4 hours, except it ain't even 4 hours. I do 30 minutes. He does 30 minutes. He keeps 50 and I keep 50. Everybody understand that?
Yes, sir.
So if you look at the concept Tim Story and I took, we took confidence and comebacks. Confidence and comebacks. It's a 4-week mentoring course with me and Tim Story, 2 of America's top coaches for $997. We pushed that out to the market. We promoted it through Facebook ads, Instagram ads, and we got 750 people that hit the link. Now, we try to compress that. Here's the mistake we made. We compressed it into 2 weeks of marketing. Everybody see that? We really needed 4 to 6 weeks to promote that program. We tried to do it in 2 weeks. Now, let me ask you a question, Sean Vernon. So we got right now 20 to 30 people. It's still $30,000. Okay. Now, here's my point, Sean. Is it a loss? Is it a loss right there? What we did, if we only got 30 people, is it a loss? Yes or no?
No.
Because what did we really get?
Name.
Well, you got their information.
That's right. So here's the deal. We got 750 people who raised their hand and indicated interest in the program that we can turn around and go back to in the future and say, hey, you guys missed this one, but we're doing another one in the fall. We're going to get our 100. We're going to make 100,000. We're going to do it from our house, just like you are, just like you're sitting there right there. Now, the concept is got to solve a problem. Everybody see that? If you have a concept that don't solve a real problem, it's not marketable. It's hard to understand. Okay, this is why I use the book like I think of Atomic Habits. That's just a great concept. Atomic Habits is a great concept. Okay, I mean that's right. 7 Habits of Highly Effective People was a great concept. Good to Great was a great concept. Okay, a spiritual book that changed my life was called The Blessed Life by Robert Morris. That's a great concept. Who doesn't want a blessed life? Everybody see where I'm going with this? So everybody's got to come up with the concept. So the questions I'm asking you, is it strong enough? What problem does it solve? Who would pay for it? Okay. And who would write you the biggest check for it? Who would write you the biggest check for right? Now, let me give you another concept that's made me a lot of money. This one right here, $1 million follow-up. How many people in the world do you think struggle with follow-up? Denise Dean, how you doing? Good to see you.
I'm good, thank you. How are
Okay.
you?
Look, you know how many companies want their people to follow up better? You know how much money is lost in the follow-up, guys? This book right here, this concept, I could get speaking engagement after speaking engagement after speaking engagement on that concept because it solves a problem. I'm going to show you a 7-touch follow-up to recapture the millions of dollars you're losing in your follow-up. Okay, that's a strong concept. $1 million. I wrote this on an airplane one night coming back from somewhere. Literally, one airplane ride, like the Phoenix or something. Now, here's my point. All right, Sean, you got a question right there.
No, I was going to share my concept.
All right, go. I'd like to hear it.
So I wanted to, so obviously the book I wanted to write was Hit the Ground Running, How to Build a Supercharged Sales Team Quickly. So I figure how to build supercharged sales teams. I'm incredibly good at it. I think just about every company would want to scale a sales team quickly. and I believe I am probably one of the best people around that can help people build their sales teams quickly.
Okay. I love hit the ground running. Okay. What I don't love is the subtitle. There's something about the subtitle that don't sit right with me. Now, this is my opinion. Okay. But I have written 16 books. So I do have a little bit of credibility. There's something about the subtitle I don't like. Hit the ground running is strong. It is a very powerful concept. It's something about getting your team up. Like I like in 90 days, or I like a time frame. Like boom, like hit the ground running, how to have your team up and something in 30 days. Does that make sense?
I like it. Yeah, like a time, like how do you, yeah, got it.
Because here's the deal. We created a concept once called talent supply. And the concept was you give us your new salespeople, and in 90 days, they come to us for like 2 hours, 2 days a week. We give them back to you fully baked and ready to go. Batteries included. Okay. I like that title of that book, Batteries Included. Okay. That may be one of my books coming up. Now, here's my point. I love his concept because how many people have onboarded people and it took them 6 months to get them producing? Right? The onboarding is really, really, really critical. So I really like the concept. I think you're going to do well with the concept. If you ever study Russell Brunson, he teaches you to have a big claim. And then he teaches you how to have a time frame. Here's an example. I did a webinar not long ago called How to Land Six-Figure Contracts Without Being a Business Coach for 10 years. Everybody see that? So Russell Brunson would teach you big concept without this. How to have six-pack abs in 30 seconds a day, Chris Gooden. How to have six-pack, how to be in the best shape of your life without having to go to a gym. Whatever. That's how Russell Brunson would teach you how to have the concept. Okay? Because if you got this concept, Sean, you're going to want to do webinars, workshops, boot camps, one-day events. Okay. I'm coaching a mortgage originator. Here's the title of his book, 0 to 100 million in less than 6 years. See what I'm saying? That's a strong concept. He can sell it to every mortgage originator in the world. Right? How to go from 0 to 100 million. He was a basketball coach. He could make the subtitle, how a former high school basketball coach made $1 million a year. Whatever. Okay. All right. Now, how many people are using their concept right now in some capacity? Anybody? Okay. Now, Denise, how are you using the current concept? And do you think your concept is strong enough?
If I have to question it, I'm thinking it's not. I do use it. I found it very effective last weekend. I ran into, mine is specifically towards women, amplifying their life, but creating excitement by finding your inner truth. And we were really focusing on her inner truth because she had a lot of limited beliefs in these buts. And I said, life is about a choice. It's a choice. And you're making a choice not to decide right now. And she's like, wow. And she just kind of thought about it. And when I get someone to stop that has to think about what I say, then I know it's effective. But how strong is it? That's the key.
I like the word amplify. Okay. If you can charge that up a little bit, have a kick butt subtitle. Okay. Just remember, you need to test these things. You need to ask people, what do you think about this subtitle? When we wrote the new book, Flip the Switch, we tested it. And we said, title 1, title 2, title 3. Which one do you like?
So I put 3 of them out there and I had about 6 people look at it. And each one of them had geared towards inhale abundance, exhale the bullshit.
Woo! Come on, girl.
Mm-hmm.
I will get on a plane and come to Minnesota and give you a big hug right now.
That's what it is. I sent it to Andy.
Good.
He was like amazing. Like, yeah.
That is a power. Now we're talking. Talking. That's a good concept. Now, here's the deal. That's a great concept. Okay. That's better than amplify. You need to go with that. Okay. You need to go with that. Now,
so I can talk to you about it when I get down there because Andy has got the whole kit and caboodle, like over 30,000 words of it.
Yep.
And I had put that information in it with the subtitle as Amplifying Your Life. So we put the title as Inhale Abundance, Exhale the Bullshit. And then the subtitle was Helping Women Amplify Their Life by Creating Excitement, by Finding and Discovering Your Inner Truths.
Okay. I would put that into 3 things. Discover your inner truth. Boom, boom. Not the long version. It would be do this.
Yeah, we're going to slice and dice too. So I agree. I couldn't agree with you more.
All right, good. What she's talking about is she's using our publishing division and our ghostwriter, Andy Garrison, and Andy is helping her write the book. So if any of you need help writing the book, you need to see me and let me allow our guy who wrote Legacy Selling for me to help you write your book. Package it up, get it on Amazon, all those kind of things, okay? Now, all right, so if you're not given the concept right now, and I don't care who you give it to your kids, give it to anybody who will listen, okay? Because what we need is feedback and data on the concept. We need people to say, yeah, or we need people to go, needs work. Okay. All right. I like that, Lori Stye, power versus powerlessness. That's good. Okay. Here's the deal. If you got team members, practice on it. David Perez, you got team members. You need to be practicing your concept on your team. See if I used to use my basketball team as little guinea pigs. I'd come up with a concept and I'd run it by my players. And if they liked it and warmed up to it, I knew the concept worked. Right? I knew the concept worked. Okay, so now I test concepts when I'm doing them. Now, here's the concept. All right, Tony Barnes, chaos proof purpose or 6-figure. Let me see that one. Chaos proof purpose or 6-figure purpose. Chaos proof purpose. Chaos proof purpose. Okay, on the field in business life. Okay, all right. Chaos proof purpose or 6-figure purpose. Tony, I like the start of that. We're going to work on that just a little bit. John Burt, make the call on the field in business and life. The subtitle of yours needs to be how one referee did this. Learn life, business, success on the field. Something, right? That's what you need to. Okay, that's what you need. Some subtitle. Okay, passion, magic, and miracles. Okay, define your purpose. All right. All right. I know a lot of you guys are using purpose. Okay. And I'm not opposed to that, but you got to remember the purpose-driven life has been out. You know, there may be another way to say it. Okay. You want to look for things that have been used, and overused. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying a lot of people have gone down that path. Okay. All right. Now let's talk about a framework, and I want you to write these frameworks out. Okay. This is called, we're going to use the explanation of service here. Because when you have a concept, what people are really buying is your beliefs. Okay? They're buying your beliefs. Okay? They're buying your convictions. Okay? So we have a framework that we use when we're sharing our beliefs. We call it the explanation of service. Okay? It is a 6-step framework that anytime you are talking about your concept, okay, you need to use this framework. First step is lead with what you believe. Okay, so let's take Sean Vernon's. He would need to say, I believe that getting a sales team, if he was selling his concept of hit the ground running, he may say it like this: I believe that getting a sales team up and running is one of the hardest things any company in America has to do. Or he could say, I believe more money is lost in the lack of training and onboarding of new people than almost any place in a company. I believe trying to get multiple personalities on the same page, whatever he wants to, he may come out of the gates with a belief that's like, boom, where the owner of a company goes, dadgummit, he's right. This is hard. Okay. He wants me to go, I don't want to fool with this mess. I'm going to pay Sean Vernon to fool with it. Everybody see what I'm saying here? I was thinking about this today. I'm training some of my new salespeople that are on here. Zach, Kara. Okay. Listen, ask me how much time I got to train salespeople in a day. When I'm coaching 1,000 people, I ain't got much. So if Sean had his little program up and going, I might say, Sean, get your butt on down here and train these folks. I want them to hit the ground running, Sean. Okay. Now here's my point. First step is to lead with what I believe. Okay. And you saw Chris Gooden kind of do that because he's been in the coaching program. He understands. You want to come out of the gates with a belief. Here's what I believe, guys. Okay. Second step. Let me tell you why I believe this. Okay. So Sean says, I believe getting a sales team up and running is one of the hardest things in the world you ever have to do. Let me tell you why I believe this. I've been on sales team that were so disorganized and so pitiful for the first 90 days. There's no telling how much money was lost. Okay. Sean, you want to add to that?
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm working on this. I was going to say, I believe new salespeople are like wet cement. You have a very short time to train them, and however you train them is how they're going to be forever.
I like that. Okay. I like that. Now tell me why you believe that. See, here's the deal. He needs to be able to get on a podcast and on an interview. And he needs to be able to say, when I say, man, Sean, tell me about this concept. I know you got this concept called hit the ground running. He needs to be say, Coach, let me tell you what I believe, man. I believe X. And let me tell you why I believe that. So tell me why you believe what you believe.
The salespeople turn over very quickly within the first 3 days. Most salespeople don't make it 6 months in most industries. Okay. So if you train them properly out of the gate and they start selling quickly, then they're more likely to continue to build momentum and be successful.
Okay, good. Let me say it a little bit tighter. I believe trained people always outperform untrained people. See how tight that was? I believe good people with bad training underperform. How many people believe that? Okay, so here's the deal. I believe highly motivated people with poor training become demotivated. Everybody with me? Now, so here's what I believe. Here's why I believe it. Third step. Here's what this concept is going to do. Okay, so David Strauss, I want to ask you, your vampire concept of sucking the energy out of you. If you were telling me if I was going to buy your concept or your coaching program and you're going to teach me that concept, what's it going to do for me?
It's going to help you. I had all this stuff nailed. Hold on a second. My concept will help you identify energy leaks in your life so that you can stay focused and be more productive.
Okay, good. So he may say, I believe energy is not something you can create. I believe energy cannot be created, can only be transferred. I believe the average American or average person on planet Earth loses X number of energy in a day. Okay, now let me tell you why I come up with this concept. I discovered or uncovered this. Now, when you sign up for my coaching program, here's the 3 things it's going to do for you. Boom, boom, boom. Everybody see that?
Yeah.
So here's what I believe. Here's why I believe it. Because of my belief, here's what I do. So third step, here's what I do. Fourth step is here's how I do it different. Okay? Here's how I do it different than everybody else. Okay? Because you're probably wondering if you sign up for my program, because we're about to get into how to take the concept and monetize it. Okay? Now, then the 5th step is give me some success stories of people you have done it with. Okay, I need Sean Vernon to say, I have successfully worked with 27 teams to get them up and running. And let me tell you the results. Everybody see that? David Strauss says, I routinely work with these people to help them protect their energy. Okay, you need success stories when you're sharing your concept. Okay, then the 6th step is the call to action. And the call to action is a simple one. If this can help you, if you're ready to get your sales team up and running, David says, if you're ready to get your energy right, then do X. For me, it's join my coaching program, come to one of my boot camps, right? There's always something to push somebody to. Here's the problem with a lot of people. They don't have anybody to push. So let's say I had this book and this was all I had. This is what I did for years. This is such a mistake, guys. I want you to learn from my mistakes. Leo, I had a book for years. I'd go out and speak. People would buy the book. I make a little bit of money. I'd go home because they give me a little applause. It made me feel good. And then one day I figured out, man, I'm losing all kinds of money. Like I need something for them to do. This is back before Zoom. See, now Leo can say, hey, I'm starting a 4-week mentoring program. It's $9.97. It's real simple. Hey, you're going to get me coaching you just like this. for the next 4 weeks for $9.97. Leo gets 50 people in it. He just made $50,000. And he did it in 4 hours. Does that make sense? He only had to coach for 4 hours. Everybody understand? Like, it ain't complicated. If Leo's got people that want his concept, if David's got people that want energy, David says, look, man, I'm doing this 4-week program. It's an hour a week with me coaching you on how to protect your energy. I take credit card, cash, IOUs, whatever. Okay. And I sign up. Well, for years, all I had was the book, guys. They buy the book. That's all I got. Now I have coaching programs. This is what I'm going to show you is I'm going to show you how to take a speaking engagement and turn it into $150,000. Everybody hear that?
Yeah.
I made $1 million from speaking at 10X in 1 hour. $1 million. Okay. So I can show you how to take 20. I was on a call yesterday with a guy who's doing virtual summits, 3-day virtual summits, which sound miserable, by the way, 3 full days, 3-day virtual summits. He did one for 20 people. He had a high ticket offer of 40,000 and 6 people signed up. He made 240,000 off his 3-day virtual summit with 20 people. Okay. Now, what if you don't have a coaching program for him to sign up for? What if I go see Denise speak and I love her concept, but she's got nothing else to sell me except the book? She may make $1,000, but she's never going to make $1 million. Everybody understand what I'm saying? From everything Denise does, she needs to say, sign up. While you're here, if you like this, sign up for X. Okay. Now, one of the trends I'm doing right now is I'm going to big companies. I did this with David Perez. And I said, David, you got 200 insurance agents. I'll give every one of those agents my coaching program for a year for $588. That's a heck of a deal, man. Okay. A full year. Sean Vernon, how much money did I make? How much money did I produce? 200 times 588. You ain't got to get it down to the right numbers. What do you think it is?
200 times 588, 58,000 times 2, so 116,000.
Okay, $116,000. Everybody see that? Now, Kevin Jones, what if I didn't have a coaching program to push him into? What if it wasn't automated? What if I didn't have the technology in place? What if everybody with me? So I have structured Monster Producer. I could literally take on 20,000 people in Monster Producer. Do you know Second Baptist Church in Houston, Texas has 78,000 members?
Crazy.
You see, I could have 78,000 Monster Producers the way it's set up right now. So my new model is I got a concept, Monster Producer. Okay. I got a year coaching program. It's automated. If you got X number of people, 100 to 200 people, I'll give it to you at this rate. It's got to be paid up front. So literally, if all of David's agents took it, it'd be 116,000 up front in a one-time payment. How many people would take that? Some of y'all ain't raising your hand. Okay. Is this a smart group or the slow group? Which group have I got? Okay. I thought y'all were the good students. Now, here's my point. How many of y'all can get your mind around this concept? Anybody struggling with these concepts I'm giving you? See, nobody told me this. I had to figure this out through 18 years of doing this. I really wish I'd have known this in the beginning. Okay. So the EOS, let's go back through it and review it. Okay. Kevin Jones, what's the 5 steps of the EOS? Is it 5 or 6? Okay. Give them to me. Can't hear you, big guy. Unmute yourself there. There, hold on. All right, unmute yourself.
Are we good now?
There you go.
Is that the ones we just did? The OS?
Yep.
Lead with what you believe.
Yep.
Tell why you believe it.
Yep.
I got lost on 3 and 4. 5 is giving me some success stories.
Okay.
Of who you've done it with, and then a call to action.
Okay. Step 3 is tell me what you do.
That's it. Yeah.
Tell me how you do it different. All right. Now let me ask Leo. Leo, why should I sign up for your coaching program on this concept? Give me your concept and why should I sign up? Let me unmute you. Go ahead.
As far as the concept, for forever I've been the guy that, you know, training and sales and I can get your people going. And then I saw a post you did the other day on Facebook and it said, what are you saying that no one else is saying? What's different about your, so that kind of got me thinking, because everybody talks about, or at least in my world, because I guess that's what I'm looking for all the time, is people like you is training and sales. And so I see it all day long. So it's not something new to me. I see it all over the place. So instead I took another route, which I'm kind of experiencing personally right now, which is, you know, entrepreneurship, the winning formula no one talks about. And then underneath that would be the lie. To win big, you need to sacrifice big.
Okay.
That's kind of what I've always been told. And that's how I've operated forever now. And recently, probably in the last 6 to 8 months, 10 months maybe, I'm working a lot less, loving myself a little bit more. By that I mean, you know, hopping on my bicycle, spending more time with my kids and family. And honestly, my business is, and I tweaked some things in my business. My agents are happier, my team is happier, I'm happier, my family's happier, and the business is actually growing faster than it ever has before. And so I feel like I kind of figured a few things out, and I feel like where I could help would be people that have already built a business that have been a few years in it or more. You kind of get stuck in this mindset that you have to be working 80 to 100-hour weeks, where if you, like what I did, I cut that in half. If not more. I work about a third of what I used to work, and my business is doing better than it ever has.
All right.
You know,
all right, stop right there for a second, because you go real fast, Leo. Here, out of everything he said, because I'm trying to teach y'all how to spot a concept that would sell. Don't matter how much you like it. It matters, can it sell? Everybody understand that? Okay. Out of everything he said, for everybody that's on here, what was one of the strongest concepts? What was one of the strongest things he said?
He reduces productivity.
Okay. All right. Productivity. Kara's new to my team. Y'all say hi to Kara.
Hey, Kara. Shortcut.
Okay. All right. Now, Kara, what did you see? David Perez said shortcut. I like that. Kara, what did you see? Can you unmute yourself? She's down at the Greatness Factor, by the way, guys. All right. There you go.
I don't have anything to contribute on this one, Coach.
All right. Now, here's the deal. Out of everything he said, let me give you one of the biggest concepts of all time, the 4-hour work week. Everybody understand that? That sold more copies than you can imagine. Now, we don't even know if it's true, if you got it done to 4 weeks. Let me tell you what I heard of everything that Leo said. I heard him say, tweak the business. Okay. Now let me tell you why it's important. How many business owners out there, Leo, in your industry need to tweak? With just a few tweaks, you went from working 80 hours to 40 hours, right or wrong?
Right.
Okay. Was that a game changer for you? Yes or no?
100%.
All right. You said it. What's the problem? Most people believe you got to work 80 to 100 hours a week to be successful. And you believe that for years. Yes or no?
Correct.
Okay. So you have had a revelation.
100%.
Okay. When you have this revelation, Leo, it's like, boom, there's a concept. I'm not saying it's tweak it, but my point is, with just a few tweaks, you've changed your whole life.
Yep.
And
you turn the knob a little bit this way, turn the knob a little bit that way.
Okay.
Yep.
Turn the knob. That's a big concept. Tweak it. I almost want to say twerk it, but then I'm thinking of Miley Cyrus.
No,
now,
not that one.
Here's my point. Tweak it is like I'm looking for something and I'm walking through an airport, Leo, and I'm looking at books. See, people ask me all the time how I met Grant Cardone. I was walking through the Chicago airport and I had a radio show. Okay. And I was looking for guests to be on my show. And I saw across the whole top of the airport, 10X. It was a book, 10X, all the things. And I'm like, 10X. Who is that dude? And I walked in and picked up the book and I said, okay, I get it. We're going to 10X it. Tweak it is a concept. Turn the knob. Dialed in. That's a concept. Okay. So my point is, you're looking for, out of everything he says, you're looking for something that's like, he could sell this. Now, if he wants to keep it specific to the to the insurance industry, he can say how I went from working 80 hours to 40 hours, and while I went from 80 hours to 40 hours, while I simultaneously doubled my business or something. You see what I'm saying? Like there's something there about working less but making more. Is what I'm saying, Leo. Okay.
Yeah, and also it's not just the business. Also my home life and my with my kids, my wife, my personal life, health has also improved. So multiply your business, multiply your life. I don't know, something like that.
Okay. So see, what you're looking for is that strong concept. Okay, that strong concept. Okay, and it's very important because if you don't have a concept, we got nothing. Everybody with me? Now, when I ask you to explain your concept, you need to use the framework that I'm teaching you. Here's what I believe. Here's why I believe it. Here's the concept. Here's what we're going to do. Here's how we're going to do it different. Here's everybody we've done it for. Leo can say, man, I worked the hard way. Right? I worked the hard way for 20 years until I figured this out. Like Brad Lee's book is called The Hard Way, Lessons I Learned the Hard Way. So you don't have to. Here's the funny thing. Perez, you'll appreciate this. He went out and sold $200,000 worth of books and he hadn't even written the book yet. He pre-sold the book that he hasn't even written. People are asking like, when's the book coming in? I'm like, it ain't coming in for a while because he hadn't even written it yet. Okay. So here's my point. You don't have to have a physical product to sell a book, sell something. You can sell a concept. You guys understand that, right? Like I'm doing Flip the Switch this weekend at my lodge. We got like 30 or 40 people coming and some people can't come. It's like, that's okay. I'm sell tickets to the next one. Well, when is the next one? Don't matter. If they want to come to Flip the Switch, does it matter when the next one is? It don't matter, right or wrong. Sell the concept. Too many people get caught up in, oh, I don't have it together and it ain't quite perfect and it ain't on paper and it's not on the calendar. Don't matter. Sell the concept. Okay? Sell the concept. Sell the hype. All right. Now, let me give you one more key piece and then we're going to do some Q&A and then I'm going to give you an assignment. And Lakin Hibden is on here. You see her right there. She is going to send you a one sheet because the assignment from today is going to be working and building your own one sheet around your concept. Okay. Now, once I have the concept, I want you to write these things down. These are ways to make money with the concept. And if you come to my coaching summit, some of you are signed up for my coaching summit in September 30th through October 2nd. I'm going to break this down at a very deep level. The whole concept is I'm going to teach you how to make money with your concepts. I'm going to show you 12 different ways to make money with the concept. So here's how I can make money with the concept. I can speak on the concept. Okay. I can coach on the concept, and I'll break each one of these down. I can train on the concept. I can lead on the concept. I can publish the concept. And I can license the concept. Okay. Now there's other ways to make money with a concept, but these are some big ones. Okay. So once I have my concept, I now can go out and speak on the concept. How many of you would believe that sometimes I have made $150,000 by speaking for free? How many of y'all would believe that? That's right. So I don't care if they pay me or don't pay me, because I know one thing. I know if you get me in front of those people, we're going to sell something. Everybody understand? Okay. So I want you to see speaking as not just a way to make money. I want you to see it as a marketing tool to get in front of people. So if I call Kevin Jones, say, Kevin, I got 150 people. Now we don't have a speaking budget, but I can put you in front of 150 people. You okay with that? He needs to say, I'm in. Kevin, I got 150 people on a webinar. Look, I don't have any money to pay you, but I'm going to put you in front. I'm doing a real estate event on Monday that when you add it all up, I'd say there'll be 750 to 1,000 people on there. We only charge them $49.
So you ready for me to speak on Monday, you said?
Yep. You got 750 people. You got to go for 8 hours.
I'm ready. I'll have it ready.
Now, here's my point. I speak to generate leads. Okay. I have charged as much as $25,000 to speak for an hour. Sometimes I get it, and sometimes I don't. Okay. I ask for it, then we negotiate, because people always ask me, how do you charge for your speaking? Okay. If you know, Danny Green calls me and says, man, I got a conference and it's going to be this number of people. I want you to speak for this long. Then I say, my speaking fees typically are this. And he's going to say, oh no, I can never do that. Like, you're asking for 25,000. We got 2,500. And I go, okay, well, there's variables that go into this. Danny, how many people are you going to put me in front of? What's the demographics of the group? Because he may say, man, I'm going to put you in front of 150 people and they all earn 200,000 a year. I may go, okay, I'll do it for the 2,500. Right? And some bad chicken. Okay. So I spoke at door-to-door conference. That's where Sean Vernon saw me. I think they paid me, Sean, $15,000 to do that. 10 or 15,000. I asked for 25,000. But they had to pay Ed Milet. He ate up the whole budget. Thanks, Ed. So they couldn't pay me the 25 I asked, because they had Ed. He asked for 50 or 60 or 70, and he's a bigger name than me. So they paid them a lot of the budget. But here's the deal. Here's the mistake I made. I didn't do my homework well enough to know how rabid these door-to-door people are. Okay, and so I went in there thinking they ain't got any money. They're selling door-to-door. That was a huge mistake. And I've talked to Sean about this. 1,500 people were there. They paid 10 to 15,000 for me to speak. If I would have just said at that conference, I will give every one of you my coaching program today for $500. I bet 500 of them would have taken it. Sean, right or wrong?
At least, Coach.
See the mistake I made? Man, that's going to keep me up tonight. Because I could have literally got 500 people at $500 and made, whatever, 25,000, whatever. What is that? Is that 25 or 250? Now, here's my point. Now, D2D is door-to-door con. Door-to-door con, okay? Now, 500 times 500. Yes, 250,000. I could have made 250,000 in an hour if I would have played my cards right. But I didn't. I didn't think. You put me back on that stage again, you better believe I won't make that mistake again. Everybody see that? Now, some of you think, no, I got to charge $10,000 for my coaching program. And if they don't pay it, you're thinking wrong. You need to think bulk and numbers. That's the world we're living in. Does everybody understand that? Okay. You need to think, bring it to a price point they can't say no to, that they would take action. Okay. So I speak to market. Okay. That's where this one sheet is going to come in, because you got to get speaking engagements. Okay. You got to get in front of people and give your message. I coach. Now, this is a form of coaching and mentoring, what we're doing here. I'm coaching you on my knowledge set, but I also have monthly recurring coaching programs like Monster Producer. Okay. I also coach people at various levels, depending on how much money they're investing in their coaching. So I think about it this way. I've got $99 coaching through my online academy. I've got $299 through Monster Producer. I've got a $10,000 coaching package. I have a $25,000 coaching package. I have a $40,000 coaching package. Does everybody see that? Now, where I'm going, some of you, how many of you like coaching one-to-one? Raise your hand if you think you like coaching one-to-one. Okay, good. Now, you will like that until you have about 50 people to coach one-to-one. And then, David, you'll be ready to pull that hair out on your head, right? Like me. Everybody loves coaching one-to-one till you got about 50 people texting you and emailing you and calling you. And then you figure out, oh, Lord, this one-to-one is driving me crazy. So where I'm going in my life, that you can do whatever you want to, is I'm going to group coaching like this. This is where I'm going. Now, if you want to get me, it's $100,000. That's what I've been telling people. If you want me to coach you one-to-one, I will coach you one-to-one, but it starts at 100,000. Okay. That's $83.33 per month. And for that, I will suck it up, David Perez. I'll suck it up. Okay. I'll suck it up for 100,000, but I ain't sucking it up for anything less than 100, because in my life, I make money in group coaching. Does everybody see that? In my opinion, the big money is in group coaching. Okay. I'm going to get 50 people at $1,000 a piece and make 50,000. I'm going to get 500 people at door to door to pay me $500 and make 250,000. Okay. So I'm working on a deal with Loan Depot right now. They've got 7,000 loan originators. If I get them all in the coaching program at $500, I made 3.5 million. Now we're talking some real money. Everybody with me? Okay. But here's the deal. You got to have a coaching program to be able to sell them, folks. You can't just sell them an idea. Oh, I got a book. Will you give me $3.5 million for this book right here? No, you got to have something. So when I'm going through it, I'm like, you get a Monday call with me. You get a Tuesday, Thursday rhythm. You get access to my live session. You get all this stuff. I'm going to give you all this stuff for $588. And they're like, $588? Shoot, I'll do that right now. That's what I want them to say. Okay. So that's coaching. Training is what I would consider my online academy. So anybody work with a big company on here where you got a bunch of people? Okay. Sean, let's go back to David Perez. He's got 200 agents. In my opinion, training is something you do almost like every day. So let's say I sell David Perez. I say, look, I'll get all of your people, David, on my online academy for $49 a month. Okay, let's do the math. If you got an online academy, you got $49 a month times 200 people. They're paying that's $9,800 a month times 12. That's $117,000. And I put it at a price point that's really low. $49 a month. That's all I need. You can get my online academy. Here's how you sell an online academy. Imagine Coach Burt moving in with you. Wouldn't it be cool? If I live with you every day, trained you every day. Now, it's good for David to bring Coach in every now and then to speak to his team. That's all good. But wouldn't it be nice if they got Coach every day? You could literally go in the online academy and train with Coach Burt every day. That is training. Everybody see that?
My team is doing it every day, Coach. Well, my operations team, every single day, every morning.
Good. Thank you for that. Here's my point. That's the most scalable product I have right there, guys. Y'all understand that? Online academies are the most scalable products you can sell as a coach. Because guess what? That little dude on the online academy don't get tired. He just keeps going. He just gets up and keeps going every day. You don't ever get tired. So to me, if you were looking at my business, just to be honest with you, and you said, Coach, your biggest missing structure is you should be selling your online academy. You should be doing $250,000 a month in your online academy. Because there is no effort on Coach Burt to do that. Does everybody understand that? So let's go back to Denise, who's in Minnesota. Denise says, I'm going to take this and turn it into an online academy and sell it maybe to women, but I don't like selling things individually unless it's a little bit higher ticket. I like selling things to companies. Okay, let's go back to Leo was with Patrick Bet David there for a while, right, Leo? And they got 15,000 agents. Imagine Patrick Bet David saying, look, I want all of our agents on Coach Burt's Academy. 15,000 agents, $49 a month. Now we're getting into some serious money. Here's the deal. Coach Burt never goes. I never go see them. I never talk to them. They train literally in the online academy. That is the best money that could be made. Matter of fact, what am I doing? Kara, what am I doing here? I thought you were going to come on my team and help me get smarter. Now, here's my point. That's training. Now, leading, and I'll go into this in the future. Leading is where you go in and you lead or help lead a division of a company. And if you want to sign six-figure contracts, this is where the six-figure contracts are. Okay, so let me give an example. A mortgage company hires you to come in and they say, we want to go from 800 million to $1 billion. And you're going to help us lead this division. Okay, I've done that for several companies. I've done it for insurance companies. I've done it for mortgage companies, real estate companies. where you are the coach of the company. Everybody see that? And they're basically paying you for your expertise in how to elevate something. So this is where a company, is that considered consulting? No, I would not consider that consulting. I would consider consulting is, Sean, I'm going to come in and tell you what I think you need to do, and you're going to do it. This leading is, it's heavier. Okay. But that's why I can ask for 6 figures. So a mortgage company comes to me and says, look, we want you to coach our people. We want you to come in and take this division, get it to a higher level. Okay. I'm going to have to come in every month. We're going to have to train. We're going to have to coach. I'm going to have to speak, right? That's going to be $150,000 for us to do that. That's how you do that. Okay. And finally, we got publishing and licensing. Publishing and licensing. And publishing is where we're going to publish things, books, audio, video. We're going to create things that people can buy without us there. Now, I'll get into more of this later, the difference between self-publishing and traditional publishing. I know it's a big question a lot of you have. I have done both. I have been published by major publishers, and I have self-published. And so we don't have time to tell you the pros and cons today, but we will get into that. Okay. Licensing is where you are renting your ideas to other people. Okay. Now let me give you an example. This is why if you watch Shark Tank on a Friday night, they love licensing deals. And licensing is John Burt comes up with a concept and we're going to let other people use the concept, but it's my concept. So you're going to pay me rent to use my concept. Okay. Now here's an example. I'm going to build a greatness factory in Nashville. It's going to be a cool building. It's going to generate money. When people come to Nashville and see it, they're going to say, oh, I would like to have one in New Jersey. And I'm going to say, you can have one in New Jersey, but there's a licensing fee, which means for you to use my concepts, the likeness of the greatness factory, my imaging, my monster producer program, this concept, it's this much to license it. Everybody see that? I don't want to franchise it because the franchising model is a tough model. I want to license the model where Sean says, I'd like to have one, and I can see the vision of me making millions of dollars with this place, and I'll pay the licensing fee to use your stuff. Or he can come up with all his own stuff, right? Like they licensed Rich Dad, Poor Dad, meaning they went out to people and said, you can teach Robert Kiyosaki's stuff, but you got to pay a fee to use it. You got to pay Robert Kiyosaki every time you use it. Okay. Now, just a little caveat. Here's what I'm doing in my big contracts that I didn't do for years. Let's say I go in and lead a division of a company. I say to the CEO, I want 10 to 12 of your top people that I want to train so that when I leave next year, they can keep this going. And they're going to have to come back every year and get recertified. That's licensing. They're paying to use my content. You can't use it next year when I'm not here without my permission. It's my content. So here's the deal. You got to come back every year and go through a recertification with me. And that's how you take a $150,000 contract and turn into a $400,000 contract. Okay, is recertification. All right, here's your assignment from tonight. And I'm going to send you an example. Lakin's going to send you an example of a one sheet. And a one sheet is an overview of your concept. Okay. So it's got the big concept up top. If you're going to see mine says America's Coach. Okay. Then it's got pictures of me on big stages, who I've spoken to. Okay. And then it explains what qualifies you to give that concept. It tells me what I'm going to get after I have gone through the concept. Okay. It gives some success stories or testimonials, because let's say that Chris Good wants to speak to my company. I'm going to say, send over your one sheet, man. I want to see your speaking video. I want to see a speaking reel. I want to see your one sheet. I want to know what qualifies you to come in and speak to my people. That makes sense? And if you don't have this one sheet, it's going to be a good signal to me that you ain't the legitimate, because big time people have one sheet, speaking videos, landing pages, websites. Just look at all the stuff I put out there. Lake and I also want to send them some hype videos of me, of like 1 minute hype videos. I create a 1 minute hype video for every topic I have. Everybody with me? And that is a voiceover video of me moving fast that I can send somebody and say, watch this. And it's me overviewing the concept. This is how you become a person of interest. This is how to turn your managers into coaches. This is why everybody needs a coach in life. And there's these little hype videos that go with, if you go to my page, just to give you an example, this is what she's going to send you. I'll share my page with you. If you go to coachburt.com, this is what I'm talking about right here. All right. When you go to speaking, okay. 5 reasons to book Coach Burt. Stages I've spoken on. Everybody see that? Now, each one of these are little 1 minute hype videos.
Deep within each of us is a desire to become known, to become famous, to become celebrated, to attract opportunity to us versus have to chase that opportunity. On a napkin on a Saturday morning, I wrote down, I'm tired of chasing business. I want to attract that business. And I wrote down 3 words, person of interest.
Now, does everybody see that? If you go down, each speaking topic has its own video. Everybody seeing that? Okay. These are quick 1 minute videos that the sales team can use. Now there's me and famous people. Tim Grover, Michael Jordan's coach, Tim Story, Cardone. Look at what these people said about me. Coach Burt's the real deal. Modern day Covey, relentless. Okay. A little bit about me, and then boom, book him to speak. This is basically a one sheet in some ways. Now everything is in landing pages, one sheets. But these little videos are really, really, really powerful. And if you don't have one of these, then it's like some people are attracted to the concept. They're not attracted to you. So it's like, oh, inside the mind of a monster, how to become legendary. That's what I want my salespeople right there. I want legendary people. I want to become a person of interest. So the reason I'm showing you these things is because these are positions. I'm positioning by concept. Okay. Your one sheet positions you. Now we position me as America's coach, leading authority on activating prey drive. So you're going to see my one sheet and it shows you what we send out to people when we send that out. Okay. So your homework assignment is to draw up, type up, write up what your one sheet is around your concept. Okay. If you're speaking to anybody, I want you to start capturing video. We need B-roll video so we can turn it into a hype video. Okay. You're never going to get big speaking engagements if you don't have a hype video and a one sheet, guys. Okay. It's going to signal to the market you're not a big time player yet. Okay. All right. What questions do you have? There you go. Okay. Leo said, I know a lot more about sales training. I've been daily sales training religiously. Leo, here's what I would tell you. That's totally up to you, man. You need the concept. You're not limited to one concept. So, you know, what you can do, Leo, is you can come out with the concept you feel most comfortable with first, and then come back to the tweak it if you want to. Does that make sense? Remember in the first call, I told you guys to write your library. And what I meant by that, Leo, is sit down and draw up a whole library of books you're going to write. Don't do one like this. Like sit down and say, I'm going to write a book on leadership, business, personal growth. This is my library of books I'm going to write. My first concept, Leo, is boom. Then my second concept is that. Everybody see that? You got more than one concept in you, man. Don't be limited to one. Okay? There you go. Good. It's good. All right, good. Good positive comments right there. All right, anybody got any questions for old coach? Anybody know where my daughter is? Kara's my daughter over the Greatness Factory. Woo, that girl right there, I'm telling you.
She's here. We got her. She's good.
She'll be out there selling something if you watch her. Okay. Anybody have any questions for me?
There she is.
Hey, babe. All right. Just checking on you. Okay. Any concept, any questions that you got? Okay. I know we had a good session today. Listen, the concept is only as good as how many people, it's how many people will consume the concept. I don't care how good the concept is. If nobody buys it, we got to monetize it, guys. The only way we're going to know is if the market pays for it. Kevin, yes, it's completely normal for you to be coming down one path. I wanted to be a basketball coach, Kevin. I wanted to be a college basketball coach. I had no dreams of doing what I do today. And then my passion evolved. I started speaking to people and I'm like, dang, I like this. This is fun. And they pay me a whole lot more money. So my concept is, yes, what's happening is you're getting exposed to new things. Your prey drive is being activated. And what you're really doing is digging in deeper to who you are and who you want to be. And I think that's a very powerful part of coaching. It's one of the number one reason people need coaches in their life. Coaches expose you to bigger ways of think. All right. They expose you to they take you to places you didn't even know you wanted to go to. Right. So guys, this is a lot of fun. Thank you for being so coachable. Lakin will get you some key information out. She'll make sure you know where to be next time. We'll keep doing this. If you haven't considered coming to the coaching summit in September, some of you already enrolled for it. I'd encourage you. I would really encourage you to consider coming and spending 2.5 days at my lodge, and let's get eyeball to eyeball going through this concept, because I'm going to break it down. You're getting a small piece of it, but it ain't nothing like spending 2.5 days with me. Okay, at that lodge. It'll change your life. I'm telling you, it ain't a game changer. It's a life changer. So if you're open to it, consider it. Some of you put money into this. I'd be happy to credit that money I'd be happy to credit what you put into this toward your coaching summit in the fall. So if you're interested in that, just be thinking about it. Think about it, sleep on it, pray on it, talk to somebody about it. But I promise you, it will be a game changer. I promise you. We had one dude that went last year, said he's already made $600,000 more with his coaching business that he didn't even have before he came to the coaching summit. I mean, it's a real deal. So thank you guys for another great session. We'll send the recording of this out and we'll send the notes to you. Thank you for being so coachable. You guys know I love coaching you, and you're here. Told my team this is my favorite group to coach because you guys show up, batteries included. You ask questions, you take notes, and you're not living with the dead. Okay. So thank you for that. All right. You guys have a great day. God bless you.